for EP13, a very big feature is that for these AI systems, it's already bundled flash and DRAMs, or we say accelerators. So when customers, they come to us, they just get the systems. So they don't need to worry about what hardware they're going to put inside. So instead, they can choose, okay, maybe I use for facial recognitions, maybe I use for training, maybe I use for some inference. They can choose for a dedicated model to deploy it on the softwares, deploy it on their scenarios directly. So it can save a lot of taps.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Making It Happen by Sims. Today we are going to be diving into the world of edge AI and beyond our usual memory and storage layer. Joining me, I have Alan Wu, who works for our long-standing partner Innodisk, a manufacturer based in Taiwan. We've been working with Innodisk since 2008 at Sims. Good morning, or good evening, should I say, Alan? How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. It's great. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. And I recently had the pleasure of joining you guys in Taiwan and visiting you guys in Taipei, and then visiting the R&D and production fab in Ilan. And it's super clear that Innodisk are now very much part of this growing AI ecosystem that is dominating business at the moment. There was a real mixture of focus, which was incredible to see around AI in the fab, from vision, AI in general to custom integration. So we'll get into a bit of that, but from what I saw, there's real room to grow with the facilities you have there now to service multiple sectors across AI solutions. So I think to start off, for listeners who may not know Innodisk beyond our usual storage and DRAM heritage, and we were lucky enough to have Howard on a podcast a few years ago, and we sort of talked a bit about that and a bit about AI, but largely around your usual heritage in storage and DRAM. If you just want to give us a quick introduction to the company and how it's evolving from what is probably a component manufacturer to more of a full AI solution provider.
Oh, sure. Okay. So first, quick introduce myself. So this is Alan, and I'm the product sales manager from LD business unit at Innodisk. Yeah. And let me have a quick introduce about Innodisk background, so audience that can know a bit more from us. Yeah. So actually, Innodisk, we are founded back in 2005, and for this year, it's a second years, and we just finished the celebrations, I think last week. And our headquarters is located in Taipei, Taiwan. And as you just mentioned, we've been focusing on the embedded flash and DRAMs, and you can say peripherals for many years. And actually, we are the #1 of the industrial grade storage suppliers worldwide. And also our products are across a lot of different vertical markets, such as factory automations, medical, transportation, aerospace, and many, many others. So in the past few years, with the whole AI wave coming in, so everything somehow connect to AI, right? So our CEO Randy, he really wants to make sure that Innodisk, we could bring more products and services to our customers. So that's why about 5 years ago, 2020, for Innodisk, we started the AIoT business unit. So from that time, we have produced a board to the full systems. So everything is inside in-house in Taipei, Taiwan, in our headquarters. And by combining Innodisk strengths in flash and DRAMs, and also the subsidiary resource. And for reference, we have a subsidiary company called Antenna. And actually, they are the elite partner from NVIDIA. So Innodisk, we are able to build the complete systems dedicated to the applications. So this shift really changed who we are. So from being just a component suppliers to becoming a full AI solution provider. So yeah, it's a very big change. So that's how Innodisk we are able to meet diverse market and different needs now.
Yeah. No, great. That's really good introduction to that. And again, if we talk about that AI landscape in general, and it's shifted dramatically over the last few years. For a period of time, everything was around centralized cloud AI. Really, it's now more of a distributed on-premise edge AI, and I suppose this is really relevant to the markets that we play in at the moment, which is industrial. where precise, fast-acting decision making needs to happen at the edge. So how are you guys seeing that transition play out in the market?
Okay, so Drew, you just mentioned about two words, right? So one is the cloud AI, so one is on-premise AI. So I think first we can start have a quick look, so to see what's the difference between these two things, the cloud AI and premise AI, so audience can know a bit more.
Yeah.
So actually, the first one, cloud AI, is basically what we use in our daily lives. So things like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok. So these all services are rely on internet connections. So that since their servers are hosted into the cloud, so everything you need to connect internet to use it. So on the other hand, the on-premise, or you can say the edge AI, means everything run locally. So all the processings, or you can say computations, actually happens on the devices on the edge side. So
Mm.
without needing the connect of the internet. And now you might wondering that if cloud AI is so powerful, why would customers, they actually need on-premise AI? So let me let me share some few examples at my side, at my point of view. The first things is the data privacy, or you can say the security. So more and more industrials like healthcare or finance or even government, they have the strict data securities and compliance rules. So they cannot upload the sensitive data like medical image or the financial records to the cloud. So that's where on-premise AI comes in. They're allowing data to stay inside the local systems and also reduce the risk of the leak. That's the first one. And also the second one I would like to share is the real-time response. So for the cloud, AI is very powerful, but usually it takes times to send the data to a remote servers and wait for a result. So for some real-time applications, such as autonomous driving, industrial inspections, let's say medical image analyze. So this kind of delay is not acceptable. So for very good advantage of on-premise AI is that they can bring the inference directly to the device, and also cutting response times from hundreds of milliseconds down to just a few. So this is very important.
Yeah.
And also the third one I would like to share is that the hardware and also the software's advancement. So with new age AI chips from NVIDIA Jetsons, or you can say Intel Core Ultra series, or a company called Hello uh, from Israel, and also the AMD's Ryzen AI.
Mm.
So devices can really now handle those computations that used to require the data center. And today's trend is to do the models training at the cloud side, and also we do the inference at the edge side. So you can get the best of both two advantage. One is the performance, another one is the flexibility. Yeah,
Mm.
so this is three things I want to share with you.
Yeah, fine, and that's really, really important. I think we're touching on, something I was going to ask you was really around, what are the challenges that people within the ecosystem right now, companies are seeing from moving from a cloud to edge AI deployment. And I suppose you've hit the nail on the head there. Really, it's a case of security and being able to do things at speed, and cutting down time, and that's where you want to do the inference at the edge, right? So I think that's a key thing there, and something I wanted to touch on is around, like we said, our audience will know into this largely for flash and storage, but you guys are now producing full edge AI systems that actually do the inference or even the training in some senses, right? So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sorry. Uh, do you mean a few challenges, right? Or pain point, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually very good questions, and that's actually something we see quite often. So actually, when customers they start to adopting the new AI solutions, so one of the biggest challenges that are facing is to choosing the right hardwares. This happen a lot, especially when we are work with the ISVs, which is the independent software vendors, or we'll say the system integrators. Actually, many of them, they know how to achieve the AI because they are experts, but they are not really sure what kind of hardware setup would work for the best for them. So in those cases, for Innodisk, we'll help them to guide themselves for their requirements, or we can trace from applications or user scenarios to find the best hardware combinations.
Hmm.
To make things easier, for Innodisk, we built a complete range of the AI hardware solutions, and we name it as the Apex series, Apex series. So for Apex series, a very big feature is that for these AI systems, it's already bundled flash and DRAMs, or we say accelerators. So when customers, they come to us, they just get the systems. So they don't need to worry about what hardware they're going to put inside. So instead, they can choose, okay, maybe I use for facial recognitions, maybe I use for training, maybe I use for some inference. They can choose for a dedicated model to deploy it on the softwares, deploy it on their scenarios directly. So it can save a lot of times. So this really can help customers quickly find the right platforms for their needs. Especially, they are making deployment easier and also reduce the risk of choosing the wrong or not very suitable hardware devices.
Yeah, no, you're right, and I learned a little bit about this when I was with you guys, and I think a lot of this comes down to the strength that you guys have in the partnerships as well. So, from my understanding, you have partnerships with Intel, Qualcomm, and NVIDIA. From AI accelerated card solutions and things like that. So, just talk a little bit about those collaborations and how they've really been able to enhance the offerings that Innodisk have to suit these workloads that we talk about.
Okay. Actually, for this, sorry, we have been selling for embedded flash and DRAMs for many years, right? And one of very most common issues that our customers they are facing is the capabilities. So for in the past years, customers they would often buy components from different suppliers for different reasons. But for each part may work perfectly by its own. But when you put together into a systems, sometimes things don't work as what they expect. So the problem is that whether you go with from flash suppliers or DRAM suppliers, we'll say the both suppliers,
Mm.
they cannot really help you right away because sometimes they not even know where to start. Because when they build products, it's just a smaller pieces of the, I can say, components of the whole systems. And finding a root cause can really get really tricky for them. But for Innodisk, actually, we start from everything ourselves, from the very small components, flash DRAMs, to the whole systems. All the products actually they go through the complete, we would say, capability test before they leave the factories to catch any potential issues might cost. And this is a problem that even comes up. Customer, they only need to reach out Innodisk. They don't need to chase mutual suppliers. And this really saves customers a lot of times and a lot of hassles.
Mm. Yeah, and I think you guys often, from my understanding, refer to what you're talking about there, from components all the way through to even software to firmware. It's the building block architecture, right? And in practice, this gives your customers that sort of one-stop shop feel within a disk to translate into real flexibility for the customers, right?
Yes. Okay. You mentioned very big features for this the one-stop shop service, right? So yes, at Innodisk, we start from the components manufacturers. So over the time, we expand into the board systems, not even to the optimized AI solutions. So basically, all the problems of our customers might face, whether it's during the R&D times, research and development, we can say productions or testings. So that's we already been through all the process by ourselves. So we know about customers, we know how to help them and provide them the products and services. So we can compare with others in these same industrials. Most of companies, they are really focused on a single level, maybe components or maybe system level. So they don't really look at things from a full integration point of view. But as this, we try to think a step ahead for our customers. So this is very
Mm.
important part. Yes.
Yeah. No.
And yeah. Okay.
No. Continue.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. Continue, Alan.
Yeah, so one thing I want to share with you. And that's why a one-stop shop service is so important. In the past, customers would buy from different suppliers for multiple reasons. But actually, if you look for entire project timeline, maybe half year, 1 year, 2 years. This one-stop shop really approach customers actually save a lot of times. So you can think about it easily. Instead of dealing with different vendors, or you can say testing everything separately by your own, working with a single reliable partners, it can really save a time and a lot of efforts. Yes.
Yeah, it's that full custom integration piece, isn't it, that Innodisk now offer, right? And I suppose, we're still very much in the component game, and it's a very interesting time in the market at the moment with shortages and price increases and things like that going on. But so working with one supplier like Innodisk for that full custom integration, I imagine can be really beneficial for OEMs and ISVs. Okay, cool. So let's talk about some of those vertical markets where on-premise AI is really making an impact. You've mentioned some of it previously: medical, government, automation, and the kind of companies we're talking about that fit into those areas are the OEMs, the system integrators, and the ISVs. Why are you such a strong fit for these sectors, and where are you seeing demand going forward at the moment for Innodisk? Where is it strongest?
Okay. So maybe I can share a few of the reasons why we see AI growing so fast in some of the field. So right now, most of the big AI projects we actually see is in the medical field. So one of the major reasons is that so hospital, they really have tons of the data. So like the medical image, the patient record, or can say reports. So this make it much easier to train the AI models. And also for many medicals use case is very clear cut. So for example, like the tumor detections or the retinal disease screenings. So actually these are very basic yes or no decisions. So AI can handle them very well. So plus, with a shortage of medical professionals and people are willing to invest in healthcare and also AI adoptions in this area. So AI medical, we're seeing very growing really fast. Another field we saw AI comes in very deeply is the automations. So AI often fits perfectly, especially for the AI. Full name is automatic optical inspections. So it can really quickly and accurately check the images, so which can boost the speed, improve the efficiency, and increase the yield. So all things that manufacturers really care about. And the next, I would say maybe the government sectors. Because for deal with very big, or we can say massive amount of data from populations, or we say tax, or to transportation control systems. So all the data actually separate across different government sectors. So if you rely only on manual work, it's easier to make mistake or miss the very big pictures. So AI can really help the customers to help for the connection of the dot. So through of the cost of data privacy and regulations are the key at this moment. If those frameworks are in place, these areas we really could have very big opportunities as well. So overall, you can see this field where AI makes a real impact. We can see some improvement about the quickly, efficiency, and also the at scales.
Yeah, great. And I think it's clear, whilst we've touched on those industries, AI is growing in industries all over the world, whether it's medical, government, automation. We're seeing it pop up in industries that we never thought it would even be possible. And now Innodisk are an option in terms of that full custom integration partner, especially for ISVs and OEMs. So I think to sort of round off then, Alan, I think finally looking ahead, where do you see Innodisk AI strategy heading next? How do you envisage your role evolving as more industries, like we say, adopt edge and on-premise AI solutions, I guess?
Okay, it's a very good question from Drew. Okay, so we see more and more AI applications being deployed at the edge. And that really shows where the industrial and technologies are heading. So in the past, for AI computing mostly rely on centralized cloud architectures. But nowadays, it's gradually going to the edge. And there are many reasons cause it, such as stronger hardware performance, lighter AI model have developed, or you can say the growing needs of the data securities, or you will say real-time response or some cost controls. So actually, AI is clearly moving toward to a more decentralized, we can say edge-focused directions. So at Innodisk, we offer a very wide range of the edge AI field at this moment. And also we work closely with the three major AI accelerators provider, NVIDIA, Qualcomm, and Intel. And they all have different features. So this allowed us to optimize across different architectures, or we can say we can build different kind of edge solutions based on customers' demand to deliver both performance and stabilities to different kind of customers or we say applications. So as the AI market is keep evolving, for Innodisk, we will continue for integrating the latest mainstream accelerators, GPUs into our systems. So for Innodisk, we are able to provide flexible services and also provide reliable hardware to help the customers to keep up with the fast changing landscape at this moment now.
Yeah, no, brilliant. That sounds great. And like I said, we look forward to telling that story of Innodisk in the UK. Like I said, I had the pleasure of joining you guys and you know, a very vast workforce of over 1,000 people. Like you said, very much a community feel there. And I know you guys celebrated your 20 years recently and you had a sports day, right? How did that go?
Yeah, everything goes well. I think at that times for all the headquarters employees
Yeah,
and for the factories, we all together in our Elan's factories, and there's a playground. And all of us, we have held a lot of events such as like running or like we climb a airbed, a lot of things. Yeah, it's
yeah.
very fun. Yeah, it's good to be all together with a heart.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think that, you know, our values between Sims and Innodisk very much align there and the culture is perfect. But ultimately seeing innovation and the technology that you guys produce, I think there's a lot for business across the UK and Europe to understand and work with you guys on. So we look forward to working with customers across our region and telling the Innodisk story. So no, thank you for that podcast, Alan, and for joining us. It was really, really insightful. And yeah, we will catch up soon, and hopefully I'll get to come to Taiwan again very soon.
Sure. Thank you, Drew. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Cheers.
See you.
Thanks, Alan. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Okay, bye-bye.